Hey everybody, welcome back to Whiteboard Finance. My name is Marco and I'm here to help you master your money and build your wealth. In today's video, I'm going to show you the portfolio that makes me $1,000 per month doing absolutely nothing, and it is 100% passive income. So we're going to jump right into it. So this is my M1 Finance portfolio. If you aren't familiar with M1 Finance, or if you want to look at these portfolios, check out the links in the description below. I have a free training on M1 Finance that is 100% free, no strings attached, no spam, none of that corny stuff. So if you've been following me on my journey, you know that I have a dedicated dividend portfolio through my SEP IRA, but you may or may not know I also have an $80,000 taxable portfolio and a $132,000 income portfolio. This I actually made a dedicated video about. So between these three accounts, we're going to dive into each one of these really quickly. You can see here that this one has about $230 per week going into it if you've been following this journey, and this actually has $1,000 a month going into it overall. This other one is a taxable portfolio. If you've been following me, you can see here that in September, I had about $119,000 in this portfolio. I took out $100,000, actually more, because I thought I needed it for something. Put it back in, let it grow back to 119, took out 50 because I actually did need the 50, and then I've been investing in it again ever since. So I have about $69,000 of my own money in this account, with a gain of about $12,000 and some earned dividends, which we'll go over. And then finally, we have the covered call ETF portfolio that I just plopped in $129,000 into this portfolio. And just a little over a month, you can see here that this portfolio alone has made me over $1,000 in about a month and a half. So what I'm going to show you here is the overall portfolio overview and how this portfolio is actually making $1,000 a month. So if I zoom in here, you can see the balance of this portfolio is $239,000 with an annual income of $10,849 per year with a dividend yield of 4.52%. So the first thing you're going to say is, hey, Marco, this is a clickbait video. Obviously, this is not $1,000 a month. If it was, this annual income would be $12,000. So I'm actually putting $20,000 more into this portfolio right here, which yields 7%. So if we do some quick math, we can see here that if right now I'm making 10,849, I believe it was, yes, divided by 12, you can see that this portfolio makes me $904 a month. If I plop in another $20,000 times 0.07 yield, that gets you $1,400 a year divided by 12. That is an additional $116 plus, I believe it was, let's call it $903. So this portfolio is making me just over $1,000 a month passively. So the beauty of this is that I'm not unclogging toilets. I don't have tenants that haven't paid me in 6 months because of the moratoriums. I'm not, cutting lawns, plowing driveways of snow, or doing any of that stuff. Or hiring a management company that wants stuff to break, wants turnover so they can make half of the rent, all that kind of good stuff, right? So this is literally just me investing money and making money on top of money. So the nice thing is, or the next part of this video is, what is your freedom number? Leave it down in the comment section below. Give the video a like, please, if you haven't already. And obviously hit the bell for notifications so you can see more videos like this. What is your freedom number? So if you're to be financially independent, all that really is your income or your passive income covering your monthly expenses, your monthly nut, right? So if you can cover your monthly nut every month, you are technically financially free. You can wipe your hands clean of, having to go to a W-2 job or things like that. I wouldn't recommend, if your expenses are $5,000 a month and you're making $5,001 a month in passive income, you should still probably have some other sorts of income in there, but you are technically by definition financially free. So leave your freedom number down below. And what I wanted to do was very quickly, just to give you guys some numbers to play around with, this is a dividend calculator. So the starting principal, let's call it $239,000. This is a taxable portfolio. Obviously, one of them is not. It's a SEP IRA. The other two are taxable. The distribution frequency on the covered call ETF portfolio, which I already went over, is monthly. The SEP IRA is quarterly for the most part. And are these dividends reinvested? Yes. This stands for Dividend Reinvestment Plan for DRIP. I clicked yes. So if we do an annual addition, remember, actually it's easier to show it to you like this very quickly. So this one, I just plopped in a crap ton of money all at once. You can see how it basically went from $98 to $100,000 in the span of like 2 days. And then I've added more and more after that. So that's not a really good indicator. But if you look at this portfolio right here, I am investing $1,000 a month. This one right here gets about $5,000 a month. And then this one right here will get about, let's just call it, 40 grand a year, give or take. I may not put, $100,000 within 2 days like I did here. But just to get to this annual addition number, just to make it easy numbers, let's just say I'm contributing 100 grand a year towards this portfolio on top of that 239,000 that's already sitting in there. So the dividend tax rate, let's pretend like I'm in the 15% tax bracket. I'm not at 0, I'm not at 20. There's only 3 you can choose from, 0, 15, or 20. The average annual dividend yield between all of these portfolios is 4.52. Remember, the taxable one is really low. It's like 1.5, I believe. And then this one right here is like 7%, okay, with a really low expense ratio. So a blend is 4.52 between the 3 of these. The expected increase percent per year, if I go to Simply Safe Dividend, you can see here that the dividend growth has been 6.5% per year. This is incredibly high, and I don't see this being sustainable, but I'll use it anyway just because you can see what it's done over the past couple of years. So we'll use 6.5%. And then years invested, let's pretend like I'm going to do this for the next 10 years of my life. Put in 100 grand a year, $1,000,000. Again, just because there's more zeros at the end of my number or at the end of my portfolio doesn't mean you can't do the same exact thing. Just like my portfolio may not have as many zeros as Jeff Bezos or Elon Musk, for example. All that matters is the percentages, the dividend yield and the stock growth, if you will. So if I hit calculate, you can see here that after 10 years, the principal value of these 3 portfolios should be adding up somewhere in the $2.27 million range. This gives us a total return of 83%, which is crazy. The average annual return is 8.3%, which is very impressive. And again, this is with reinvesting the dividends back in. So the annual dividend income in this portfolio after 10 years, if I just set it and forget it, would be making me over $100,000 per year. So if I wanted to turn off that dividend reinvestment program, boom, I just have a 6-figure income if all things stay the same after 10 years. Obviously, that's a bold prediction, and I'm not making that prediction. I'm just saying if all things stayed constant, this is where those numbers would be at. So the dividends paid out over the course of 10 years, which have been reinvested, are almost $500,000. So between this starting out at $239,000, between me putting in $1,000,000 over 10 years, 100,000 times 10 is $1 million, and $500,000 going into dividends, you have a principal gain of about, let's call it like $900,000, if you will. So again, this video is not about like bragging or making those like millionaire videos or anything like that. That's really stupid and corny. What I wanted to show you is that I'm just a regular dude that's been investing for a long time. These are not all my taxable portfolios. I have other accounts with TD Ameritrade, Vanguard, things like that. But this is what's sitting in my M1 Finance portfolio. If you want to get my M1 Finance training down below, just click it. It's an email that comes right away. It's absolutely free. It's a link to a private YouTube video. No spam, nothing annoying. And then finally, to end the video, this is just used for inspiration. Who knows what inflation is going to be? Who knows what these numbers are going to mean in 10 years? But at its current nominal value, I mean, this is definitely financial freedom for at least me. I live in a low cost of living area. I'm in Northeast Ohio. I'm in Cleveland. I'm in a suburb of Cleveland. It doesn't cost that much to live here, and we have all the amenities of any other big city. So it's a high value, high quality of life, except the weather. The weather sucks. But I digress. So let me know what your financial freedom number is down below. And as always, have a prosperous day. All right, I'm going to call the financial freedom hotline, aka my wife. Let's see what she has to say about this. Let's see if she knows what her number is.
Hello.
Yo.
Hey.
What What is your financial freedom number?
1-800. I don't know.
Not your phone number, dude. Your number. Like your. Never mind. I gotta go. That's why I'm the one that manages the finances. Bye. Love you.
That's right. You got it.
You got it, dude.
You got it, dude.
Bye. Oh my God. I love my wife.